Several things. First of all, I am out of Wegovy, and Saturday was a week since my last shot, and that means I pretty much got it out of my system at this point. I think it actually stays in your system for like 10 days, so I might have like a day or two. Unfortunate. So, what happened was I ordered my prescriptions through Amazon Pharmacy. And I say prescriptions plural because one, I ordered the 0.5 milligrams that I was supposed to bump up to, and it got delayed. And the doctor had prescribed me an additional 0.25 milligrams just in case. So I went ahead and got that filled as well. Both got delayed. The 0.5 got canceled. I was able to place the order again. So both are now pending again until this weekend. I'm skeptical. So, what am I doing instead? There are a few options. I can't just manifest Wegovy into my life. I'm not willing to try a alternative route, let's say. I don't want to get into it in this video because I don't know how strict YouTube is about that kind of thing. But let's just say I'd like to stick to FDA approved routes. But all hope is not lost. As you navigate this process, and you're in the same boat, let's talk about what we can do instead. That said, I'm going to continue kind of the format that I was working with last week and do a little bit of makeup, skincare, I don't know, just have some fun, just hanging out. My dog might come in and out. He's got separation anxiety, but he also just likes to come and go as he pleases. So I can't shut him in here with me right now. For right now, it's just the two of us hanging out. And you guys. So, if you didn't know, there are a couple of natural things that you can do that target the GLP-1 pathway. Now, what is that? If you don't know already, semaglutide targets the GLP-1 pathway. It's classified as a GLP-1 agonist and acts on the GLP-1 receptors in our body. Now, I am not well versed in all of the scientific underlying way that this medication works. However, I did watch, here I am again. Okay, I did watch a Huberman Lab. Yeah, I know. I'm always talking about Dr. Huberman, but he has a lot of really good content. And he talks about GLP-1s, but he also talks about just like peptides in general. And there is a natural solution that has a similar effect. So it's an Argentinian tea called yerba mate. And you may have heard of it because there is a popular commercial brand of it called Guayaki. That, as far as I know from the yerba mate community, is basically like sugar water to them. However, it's better than nothing. And apparently, brewing yerba mate on its own is kind of challenging to get right. So, for right now, I did actually order some of the Guayaki drinks as of yesterday. So, I got them yesterday. I had them delivered yesterday. There we go. Ooh, words are hard. And so I'm gonna be drinking those this week. I have noticed some effects on my appetite and like a mood boost. They do have caffeine in them, and yerba mate in general is supposed to give you kind of a lift in a way, like a choosing my words carefully. A boost. Yeah, so that's an option. That's option one. Another supplement that I am taking, I've taken it in the past. I stopped taking it while I was taking Wegovy because I just didn't feel like I needed to have both at the same time. But that is berberine. And it works on, I'm not sure if it works on like the GLP-1 pathway. I don't actually know that. But it does, it's supposed to help with insulin resistance and appetite suppression. So I have gone back to taking that as well. Those are the two options. I'm sure there are more. I have to do a little bit more research, but I have found that I need to do more research on what I can do in lieu of this beyond just these two options because I want to be able to share it with you all because I know so many people right now, especially in the midst of the shortage, are like, what the heck do I do? If that is the case for you, Keep watching my videos because I will tell you. And make sure you follow me on TikTok as well because I will post there as well. I post there more frequently. I usually post every day, whereas YouTube is just a weekly thing. Yeah, so those are your options for now, berberine and yerba mate. Also, I didn't say anything, but I got V-beam laser this morning, so my face is kind of swollen and red. So if it looks kind of red and you're like, what the heck is wrong with her face? That's why. It's just all part of the healing process. And this that I'm putting on my face right now is not foundation, actually. It's the Tower 28 sunscreen. What did I do with that? Here we go. Highly recommend. But yeah, anyways, tangent, but I don't know. I'm trying to be really optimistic and positive about this, but I'm really upset, honestly. And like I knew getting into it that this was a possibility and that it was probable, but I'm still frustrated in the sense that it just sucks. It sucks that we're all having to go through this. At least we're in it together, right? But it's definitely sucks. I know some people have switched to Ozempic actually in lieu of Wegovy having a shortage, and it's not an option for me because my insurance doesn't cover it. While I'm on that topic, I have seen that some other people are doing that. I've been watching Tatiana Ward's videos on Wegovy, like kind of even before I started my Wegovy journey. I'm really enjoying her content. But she just switched to Ozempic and she's basically saying like she doesn't care for it as much just because it's harder to work with, like the pen for Ozempic. It's less wasteful than Wegovy, right? Because the Wegovy pens are single use, whereas Ozempic is several clicks in one pen. Like I think you can do like 4 doses in one pen or something like that. But like you have to do clicks for each one. So like I think the 1 milligram is like 32 clicks or something on the Ozempic pen, which is I don't know, like I feel like I would mess that up. I have short-term memory problems because of my ADHD and I feel like I would like I'd start counting the clicks and then I'd be like, ooh, something shiny, or like my dog would walk in and then I would get confused and mess it up. Long story short, that's not an option for me. I'd rather just wait it out for Wegovy, and I'm fine with that. I unfortunately, because I haven't been able to take Wegovy, my hunger has come back. And I've been like ravenously hungry. It also coincides with my menstrual cycle, so that's part of it because I already have like strong cravings and ravenous hunger on my menstrual cycle in general. So then add to the fact that I've been on this medication that's been suppressing my appetite. Like I think it was just a cluster. It's making me a little nervous because I'm like, I don't want to gain back all that weight I just lost, right? And then on top of that, I also ran out of my liquid IV. I think I mentioned in the last video that I was switching to Element for my electrolytes. So I did just get that package in the mail yesterday. I haven't had a chance to try them yet. I thought I would be able to tell you guys how that was going, but save it for the next video because I just haven't had a chance to try them yet, but I'm excited to try them. Yeah, I don't have a lot to update you guys. I'm sorry. The unfortunate fact is this shortage is just impacting everyone and everything, and it's a bummer. But I'm really hoping that they'll come through in September. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep trying because so here's my plan. When I get to a point where I run out of medication, I'm just going to keep with my berberine and my yerba mate, and then I'll wait it out. In this case, I'm going to take the 0.5 when I get it, even though I've been on the 0.25 because I tolerated the 0.25 so well. I'm just gonna go ahead and bump up to the 0.5. If I experience too many side effects and too much nausea, etc., I will go back down to the 0.25. So I'll be working with my row provider to make sure that I have what I need or if I experience any side effects. But yeah, that's my plan right now, and I can scale back if I need to. But I'll keep updating here. Let me know if you've ordered through Amazon and had a good experience or a bad experience, or if you're experiencing the same thing as me with the cancellations and the delays, etc. I'd love to know. I'm just curious to know like how other people are getting through this. I think having natural options, obviously yerba mate and berberine are not going to be as strong as Wegovy, right? Like it's a concentrated injection versus a tea or a turmeric based pill, which berberine is. I'll let you know how that goes as well though, because I haven't ever tried to combine the yerba mate and the berberine together, so we'll see. If I experience increased appetite suppression. My stance with it right now is that I am thankful and I feel incredibly privileged that I live in a time where this is available and that I have insurance that covers it. I feel incredibly privileged, incredibly grateful. So while I am frustrated, sure, naturally, I also recognize that it's going to be available at some point, and if I have to, I'll take it for the rest of my life to make sure that I can keep my PCOS symptoms at bay and maintain a healthy weight for my body. I really hope that all of this kind of levels out in the next couple of months, but I'll be here. I'll be updating. You have a friend here if you need to commiserate. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and stick around and connect with me on TikTok and we can talk there as well. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one and hang in there.